The following program is a live podcast with hospitality individuals and chefs who are real people. Topics may include drinking, occasional vitamin use, choreographed violence, Appalachian humor, politics, comic books, ghosts, overindulgence, polyamory, theft, obstruction of justice, bleeding wounds, and more. These things some people may find offensive, but are not limited to what may offend some people but not others. The show does occasionally use language that would be not safe for work. But it's how real people talk, and like we said in the first line of the warning, these are real people. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please call our comment line at 860-744-4767. Thank you.
If I was looking for a best friend in life, I would want Chess Rockwell. You know what I mean? Because that guy, he'll take a bullet, he'll take a nunchuck, stand in the way of a karate blow, karate. Dirk would kill me for that. We can change that.
I'm here for the gangbang.
You know, I got other interests. I'm a magician.
It's called Sex Panther by Odeon. It's illegal in 9 countries. Yep, it's made with bits of real panther, so you know it's good.
Nice muscles, Tyler, dude.
I actually give a whole talk about treating our work like an athletic event. And when you see it that way, doesn't mean you don't have fun. And I mean, having a shift drink and hanging with the people you just did battle with should never be taken away. But I mean, what's wrong with like calling that out a little bit? It almost feels like our industry is growing up a little bit. And I know it's easy to hold on to what was and to really glorify it. And I liked the School of Hard Knocks. I liked how hard life was. I felt like I was doing something not a lot of people could handle. But it doesn't mean it needs to be the norm. And I think that to have that stuff challenged, I don't think is that awful.
I admit I don't look like the athlete of the day supposed to look. My belly's just a little big, my hand is just a little big, but brother, I am bad and they know I'm bad. And there were 2 bad people. One was John Wayne and he's dead, brother, and the other was right here.
If you just shut the fuck up for 30 seconds, you might learn something.
Welcome to Plumluvfoods Live, #1 live digital audio industry show for chefs by chefs. Hosted by multi-time Food Network winner and award-winning chef, Chef Plum, and culinary veteran, star of the Food Saver commercial, Chef Jeff. So wrap, date, and rotate because the boys are about to set your Nissan claws. Here are the Good Brothers.
Oh, yeah! You know what time it is, everybody? Thursday night. It's live and loud here on Plumluvfoods. It's going to be a great show tonight. It's all about the whiskey. It's all about bourbon. Friends, let me tell you something right now. It's going to be a great show. I'm very, very excited. Our friend Shayne Bingham from American Metal Whiskey is going to join us here in just a few minutes to talk all about that. It's stuff I'm obsessed with. I can't stop making cocktails with it. And you guys know, literally, like, I'm a Guinness man. I have to have a Guinness as well. I mean, maybe I get judged because I have 2 drinks, but if you like something, get 2 of them. That's what I always say. Because listen, who knows how quick, it's going to go away. Maybe you get thirsty while you're waiting for the next one. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't hurt to always have 2 beverages, in my opinion. Shout out to all our friends on Instagram. I see you right now. There we go. Shout out to our good friends, Shayne. Shout out to our friend Tony Ferrara out there. We see you. Shout out to Jeff Spencer. I see you there on Instagram. And of course, I wouldn't be sitting here by myself on this very program right now. I'm joined by the legend himself. This chef is a COVID survivor. He is a father. He has actually, if I'm right, I think he has 14 kids, as far as I know. And he's one of the best chefs in the planet. Ladies and gentlemen, Chef Jeffy's here. There he is. What's up, buddy?
Hi.
Oh. I thought we were going to get a commercial. I got excited. I was going to move the screen, put you in the center. Well, I got a whole thing. I got excited. What happened?
I'm just taking a smooth sip of some American Metal Whiskey.
Look, you can't make a commercial out of it. Then we look like we're fake.
What? I was just playing a bit. I'm sorry.
All right. I got you. Well, listen, this stuff's fantastic.
Way to
Jeff
suck the
tasting
fun
it right
out.
now. It's going to be delicious. You got a hat, too, somewhere, Jeffy, don't you? I thought we were going to have, like, costume changes for you.
No, I do have a hat, but I was going to wear it at Mohegan.
Oh, all right. You're going to save it. That's cool. So you got your tea. You got your whiskey. Listen, are you sick? What's going on with you?
My singing voice. I have to drink a lot of tea. I'm always screaming and rocking out when I'm on the road. And
you on the road?
Yeah, here and there.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
We are absent our good friend Chef Dan. Much love to Dan. We hope he feels better. Dan was in a terrible, awful hang gliding accident.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk a whole lot about it, but Dan, he
caught a snag. Yeah.
That's what they call it. That's what they call it.
That's what they call it.
Dan, he's an extreme sports guy,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And he was hang gliding, and it just didn't work out very well for him. So he'll be back with us next week, as long as he gets out of the coma. That's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to his wife and kids.
Yeah.
And we love you guys. T's and P's.
Absolutely. T's and P's all around. Hey, for Dan. T's and P's.
Woo,
T's and P's
Dan.
All around. Next weekend is going to be one of the funnest weekends of the year, Jeffy. The Sun Food and Wine Fest is coming up. I'm telling you right now, I cannot wait for this. It's the best time of the year. I get to be one of the headliners for this event. You guys come
Super fun.
We have so much fun. This event, everybody's going to be there. It's the 20th anniversary of this. If you were anywhere near the tri-state area in New England, New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts,
exactly.
New Hampshire,
exactly,
Arizona, you need to bring your ass to this event. It is the biggest food event on the East Coast. It is so much fun. I can't wait.
It's so fun.
It's like a big class reunion. I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, seeing the chefs is great. Meeting all the different people. There's so many foodies that come out for this. There's so many interesting folks that I drink with throughout the weekend. Just shoot the shit with in the elevator. Just about like all sorts of the craziest stuff you've ever just ran into happens at this event because there's just people from all walks of life. It's so much fun. There's like amazing craftsmen all going to be there. There's amazing, different foods, different drinks, also different like kitchen stuff. We just have so much fun every year. And
we got giveaways galore too. We're down. I'm hosting the Coke stage Friday and Saturday. We're at the Celebrity Chef Diner on Saturday night. That's the main event. We're doing an amazing take on pork belly burnt ends with our friends from Leaning Tree Micro Farm. They're using their Aprihot. I'm just telling you.
Aprihot.
You got to come with it at this event because if you don't, you're going to get swept under the rug. And I'm not tooting our horn, Jeffy, but every year our dish. And I was even talking to the head of the event yesterday, and she goes, "Yeah, your dish was kind of the talk of the event last year."
Yeah. Well,
not Michael Simons.
I hate to be a shithead,
not
but
Robert Irvine.
Surprise me.
Not
Doesn't
Bobby
surprise
Flays.
me.
Who they were talking about? The boys over there from Plumluvfoods. That's what they were talking about.
The Twin Towers.
That's right.
That's right. Listen, man.
Akeem, the fucking African Dream, and Tugboat over here. We're making these wrestling references, folks. That's what we do.
And we got the Dwarven Warhammer who follows us around and hangs with us, kicks some ass.
I don't know what kind of reference that is, but I get what you get. I know where you're going. It's Dan.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
that can't be a name. That can't be a wrestling name.
Anybody would be upset being called the Dwarven Warhammer. That's all.
Dude, that's a powerful weapon.
All right. Fair enough. Also, next week's show, we're going to actually be at Mohegan Thursday. We were talking about doing a live show there. It's not going to happen because we don't have the time. So we're going to get a bunch of interviews. We're going to talk to some cool people, hang out with them. We'll get some interviews. But the show, we're going to do a best of next week. And plus, I've got a new interview coming up on there as well. Jeffy's going to host it. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be next week. It'll be here at 10 o'clock. And reliving some of the best of this video era that you forced us to do, Jeff.
I did force us to do it. It's been a lot of fun. I get to see your smiling face. I get to see Dan's face. Get to hang with everybody. Pushing the mold. Hell yeah. I don't know what that means.
Coming in, pushing the mold. And our good brother from Around the Fire and Catering is joining us on Instagram right now. What's up to you,
brother? We love that. That's my brother, Adam.
Yeah, but so it's the best of. We got a great interview from, I think we're going to play something from our good buddy Doug Marcaida from Forge and Fire.
Hell yeah. That was a great
We're going to do I forgot some of the best of stuff is, Jeff.
Olivia LaRue. We're going to get the madam, Olivia LaRue. We had her on. That was a very interesting interview.
Super rich this past summer. She's a full-on Vegas madam who also used to cook food. What an interesting conversation that was. And it was fun watching you dance around, wasn't it? And some of those questions.
Yeah. It was a lot of shucking and jive, a little do-si-do here and there. But it was beautiful. It was a beautiful interview. I feel like we gave her flowers. I thought, it was a really fun time.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't say on this program here, much like all these other important media things you might see on television or on the internet, that we're important because we have what's about to appear right now.
Preach.
Plumluvfoods Live's ticker. There it is. The ticker. There it is.
Give it up for the ticker.
So we're excited tonight. I mentioned at the Mohegan Sun event coming up this next weekend at the Mohegan Sun Casino in Ledyard, Connecticut. I'm doing a demo. We're doing a demo. And we're doing a whole simple drop biscuit with a honey bourbon butter that we're going to make. It's going to go with it. And we're going to be throwing biscuits out at people. We got tons of giveaways. But when Jeff and I were talking about this recipe, I wanted to have a really, really good whiskey to go with it. You know, a really good one. Like, we could go there. And, Jeff, we could get Jack Daniels. What?
Yeah.
We could get Jim Beam. What?
Easy.
We could get Basil Hayden's. What? We could get all that if we wanted.
Not a problem.
But
we know all these guys.
I don't want any of that. I didn't want that.
Nope.
A good friend of mine who was one of the best bartenders that I know recently left a fantastic restaurant that was our favorite restaurant. And he left to go work with a whiskey company that also does some other cool stuff we'll talk about shortly. And I said, you know what, Jeffy? We got to call Shayne because I think Shayne could help us out with an amazing whiskey to use on our demo right here. And I said, so I called Shayne. And I said, Shayne, and he said, Chef. I said, brother, we are gonna do a demo. We need some bourbon and some whiskey to make this happen. He said, say no more. Then I said, Shayne, we'd love to have you on the show talking about it. And he said, I'd love to come on the show and talk about it. So we are joined right now by a legend in the Northeast when it comes to bartending. This gentleman is one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet.
Sweetheart of a gentleman.
Much like myself, much like Jeffy, has a girlfriend. We have wives that are way above his league. But that's what makes us better people every single day. That's how we get better. I work out so I can stick with my 10 of a wife.
Nice.
I'm a 4.5. I keep working out. Maybe I get to be a 6. Shayne, I feel, is in the exact same boat. He met me in the middle of an ice storm 2 days ago to get this bourbon to me. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the program.
Thank you.
From American Metal Whiskey, the legend, Shayne Bingham. There he is.
Wow. Couple of clicks, boys. What an intro. Jeez.
How about that, brother? How are you?
That is amazing.
Bring it.
Dude,
That was
this stuff,
intense, man.
I got to tell you right now, this stuff right now is my favorite thing to drink. And I know it might sound like a little bit like a homer, a little bit like a hayseed. I'm being honest with you. I had this at Good Old Days, the restaurant where you're at, and I was like, holy shit, that's really fucking good stuff. It's smooth. It has some mineral things going on, a little bit of earthiness to it. I'm a big, big fan. And I bought a bottle for myself, and I finished it very, very quickly, making this said drink right here, which we'll talk about later. But you have gone on to work for this company. How did we get here?
How did you and I get here? I mean,
that's birds and bees shit. I'm talking more about how did you get to working with this company?
I mean, like you and I, it started at Good Old Days, really. I mean, you met me there. They met me there. Josh Allison, one of our founders, our master builder, he lives in Newtown, Connecticut, where Good Old Days is.
Okay.
And he would come in all the time, kind of noticed him from afar, and he kept getting closer to the bar and a little conversation. And, you could always tell that they were doing big things and they were interested in something different. So
yeah,
we started talking about this whiskey that they were planning on doing. And Josh, he builds motorcycles, custom cars, restorations, everything under the sun. So I was like, wait, whiskey, like, where does that play in? So a couple events later, and they brought me on board.
I mean, making whiskey and custom cars and custom motorcycles makes sense to me. I mean, honestly, chiming in here on Facebook, our good friend Chef Dave wants to know, is this available in Detroit or local to the East Coast? Or if you live in Michigan, is it possible to get it?
We're direct to consumer all over the country. He can go on our website right now and probably order it right to his house.
Oh, there you go, Dave. Get you some. It's good stuff. Totally worth it.
We were also in Milwaukee last week trying to get it out there, and we'll be there for the Mama Tried motorcycle show at the end of February. So the cool thing about this whiskey is the bikes and the cars, they take us all over the place.
Yeah. Are you a car guy, though? Are you a car guy? Or?
I mean, I'm a bartender. You know that. I only have enough time to get good at one thing. So
the cool thing about bartending is you guys are chameleons. You can kind of do everything.
Yeah, true.
Pretty easily. Yeah. Talk about the flavors of this whiskey, because I got to tell you what, like I said, when I taste it, to me, it feels smooth. I get some like kind of mineral things going on, a little bit of earthiness to it. The flavor profile, can you give us a little rundown?
I mean, the flavor profile is pretty classic. I mean, you're going to get those notes of honey, caramel, some say butterscotch. You're going to get that oak from the wood that's coming out. Cool thing about us is we do age in Vermont, which has different humidities that pull different flavors out of the wood, which is pretty unique for a lot of companies and a lot of brands. But we're not trying to do any crazy flavors. We're trying to keep it really authentic and genuine and kind of classic to what the whiskey craft should be.
Yeah. And can you talk about that a little bit? Is it corn? Is it rye? What do we make this with? Do you know?
So it's a bourbon style whiskey, so it's mostly corn.
Okay.
Finished with a little barley and a little rye.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a little bit of spice at the end and maybe a little bit of that kind of graininess, but it's sweet, you know.
And in barrels, right? It's barrel aged.
Yeah.
Not in like a cask or something.
No.
Excellent.
So what you're drinking is probably 52, 54 months aged in barrels. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That seems like, is that pretty standard or is that a long time? It feels like a long time.
That's a pretty good age. You see a lot of bottles. Sometimes they don't put the age statement on it, but
yeah,
you know, we wanted it to. I mean, we're a custom shop. The whiskey is sort of something that complements it, so we wanted to make sure it was exactly right when we did this.
So when I'm building a custom car, I want to drink whiskey. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, why not, right? I mean, listen, we don't worry about the safety of the vehicle. We're just going to keep drinking. If you keep drinking, you won't even notice. It's fine. It's fine. No, I'm kidding. This stuff is delicious. Sorry, Jeff. Jeff got me. He was with me. What I think is also fun is I watched you guys on YouTube a bunch today while I was working in the kitchen. And it seems like you got to check them out. Just check out American Metal Customs on YouTube. It just seems like the guys are really into having fun, and the content that they're making is really good content. I know that's going to be something that you're kind of focused on as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, right now our focus is definitely the shop for our content. We want to expand into more of the whiskey and more of the shows. You saw maybe a video of me making an old fashioned. Hopefully there's more of that to come, because I feel like, I mean, you see those videos all over the internet. People making cocktails, educating people on spirits and all types of things. But yeah, the content we put out, it's fun. It's got good style and just good theatrics, and we feel like people will resonate with it, and just like you talk about it.
Well, that's what you want. I mean, you kind of want to create a buzz around it. And the best way to do that is by getting people who are into it and really like it and to talk about it. I mean, it's pretty fucking simple, I think.
Yeah.
How about you? So when you first tasted this, were you like, wow, that's really good stuff?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Good Old Days was a cool ass place. So when I tried this and wanted to move on, I knew right away, like, this was something special, and I wouldn't have moved on from that place if we really didn't have something that could go the distance.
Talk about the bottle, because I want to show the bottle here. I just poured some more in my glass. What a cool looking bottle that is, you know? I mean, it kind of like sets the tone before you even open it, this stuff here. When it's just a cool looking bottle. It's one of the things I gave Jeff his bottle yesterday. I dropped it off in the city for him. He was like, wow, that's a really cool bottle.
Definitely an eye catcher, man. I mean, right away, you see it on the shelf, kind of shines. And then the story is totally a conversation piece.
Yeah.
But just having that bottle on the shelf, I mean, it's got some broad shoulders. Definitely moves all those bottles out of the way for you.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
yes, it does.
But they took a lot of time with that and made sure it was just right.
So Shayne, this is the time in our program where we have to shout out our good brother Hernan from Chile. Always chimes in. I don't think he speaks any English, but he always watches the show on Thursdays. He's a chef out there. Good brother. Shout out to Hernan. Hola, amigo.
What's up?
There
Hola,
we go.
Hernan.
Here, cheers to you. We got to get you some of this. We may have to smuggle it in or something. I'll send Jeff down there to bring you some. Don't worry.
I'll drive down there and bring it to him.
Dude, I'm in. About. Let's go.
I'm in. Yeah, Hernan checks the show out every week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a great
dude. Our boy.
Worldwide, baby. So, we talk about this bourbon, right? And I know you guys, I saw on the website, you have this one, and then you have another one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about the other one as well.
Yeah, so we have two products. What you guys are drinking right now is, like, I think our base. It's a 90 proof, like I said, 52 months bourbon style whiskey. That's going to be what you're cocktailing with. You can shoot it. You can sip it, maybe over some ice. It's super versatile. And then we have our 10-year, which is like a small batch sipping whiskey, really elegant, a lot more different flavors coming out of that one from those 10 years.
Sounds great. I mean, is that a small batch thing? Is that hard to find, that one?
It's a little hard to find. We're only doing 200 bottles per batch, and
shit.
we're on batch only 3 right now. But it's kind of fun as I'm seeing it go out. I can kind of figure out where some bottles from each batch might be.
Yeah.
If there's still any left over, and that's like kind of that's a whole nother realm of like whiskey collecting and whiskey enthusiasts. Like if they want to find these bottles, they're out there and they're numbered each one. Batch 1,
are they?
bottle 17, whatever.
Oh, that's awesome. And whiskey people, I mean, that's a thing. Like whiskey collecting is an actual thing, and I've dabbled in getting involved in it. But I mean, you could sink a small fortune into collecting whiskeys. It's insane, and I've had some pretty great ones. But honestly, I'll tell you, what I love the most about this is, like you just said, it's great for making a cocktail, or like my cocktail is almost done. I just topped it off a little bit, and it's not too harsh. It's not a crazy burn down my throat when I'm tasting it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the things that I feel like it's everything I don't like in a bourbon isn't there.
It's funny. That's exactly what I do. I make a cocktail, and then I don't want to make another one. I just keep pouring over that ice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I did want to bust your balls a little bit. You made that video of you making your classic Shayne old fashioned, and you're like,
go ahead.
Here's how you make it. It's delicious. And you're like, and use a little scissor. I'm like, oh, you didn't tell anybody what that shit was. You just said, I'll add some scissor. And I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
stay
what the
tuned.
fuck is that?
Stay tuned.
I mean, I saw on the website there's a recipe, but I was like, dude, like you did this, you kind of snuck that in there. You didn't like say, you're like, oh, I had just scissor. And I was like, wait a minute, you're giving all those other measurements, but not what that is. So is that the secret? You're not going to give it away right now?
Well, you said the recipe's on the website. Maybe I just wanted to grab you a little bit and see if anyone would pay attention and maybe go looking for it.
That's right.
Smart.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, it's really smart. I'll tell you what you can do. You can actually check out Shayne and our good brothers at American Metal Whiskey on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
There's video content there. You can see this video we're talking about. You can see Shayne wearing and let me tell you, this is a good-looking guy, this dude right here. When he's wearing that leather apron making a cocktail, this is what a man should look like when he's making a cocktail. That's all I'm saying, Jeffy.
I agree. A leather apron's key.
You got to have a leather apron.
Yeah.
You got to have it. But talk about some, because I think of whiskey, I think of bourbon, I think of an old-fashioned immediately. What are some other great cocktails that you like to make with it? I mean, would something like this work great for a Manhattan? Because that's not quite as sweet.
Manhattans are classics, man. Always going to call for those. Paper planes, if you really want to like try something different. A lot of people haven't heard of those, but that is a great classic cocktail. Sazeracs, you can replace that rye with it. I mean, what else? You can do sours, whiskey sours. If you make them right, it could be really nice.
Whiskey sours was always one of the ones I have trouble with, man. I'm like,
why?
Because too many people use fake lemon juice.
Oh,
it's annoying.
Yeah, I feel like I've made one of those for you.
Have you made one? You didn't use
probably.
You didn't use fake lemon juice though.
No.
You don't use sour mix? Come on, man.
No sour mix.
God damn it, Jeff. God damn it, Jeff.
Dude, it has a special place in my heart. I feel like I've blacked out on a little sour mix.
Yeah.
He's from way upstate New York.
It's good. It's good in those places. Like I love me some sour mix and just some bad beer or even warm beer and some shots, but
at the appropriate location.
Yeah, at the right spot. Yeah.
I guess so, but I think even the dive bars these days are like trying to have an actual mixologist there making cocktails. Shout out to our good brother Charlie Keeler joining us on Instagram. I see him right now in the room, so shout out to him. Even these dive bar type places are making great cocktails. They're bringing somebody in who actually knows what they're doing, as opposed to just somebody who can mix two ingredients and pour beer.
Yeah, I mean if they can do it, awesome. But you know what? I feel like a lot of people are going into those places because they know what they want. And that's like the industry standard for that place. Keep it the way it is if it works.
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about your bartending skills, man, because I mean, you have a talent for it. And I don't think a lot of people talk about food. They talk about things and like, oh, well, that's artistic. And, like, especially as a chef, like, oh, you're so artistic in how you plate things up and you make things look so beautiful. I think food is more science than art, and I always will say that. You can be artistic when you plate things up, but it's actually more about the science of how to make the flavors work and understanding a pH scale and balancing. But a bartender, the same thing. I mean, the way that I've watched you make drinks, you know, the way that you go that extra mile, you're making your own bitters, you're making all these different syrups, you know, it's you're not there's no shortcut is what I'm trying to say.
No, and I'm learning a lot of that stuff from people like you, chefs. I mean, I feel like 80-90% of bartending is spent in the kitchen in the back prepping, and the other like little fraction of it is actually making the drinks. Like you prep all this stuff, it takes hours, sometimes days, and that's what you said, like trying to figure out the right flavors and balances. I mean, it's all about the balance, you know, and fresh ingredients, as you know.
That's most important. Dave's chiming in on Facebook. He says, I don't know, bro. There's a few dives here serving old style and whiskey for $6. All right, fair enough. But there's a time and place for everything, right?
Yeah. I mean, love it.
What's wrong with that?
That's where I would be.
He's in Detroit. In Detroit, that makes sense.
I need me some Detroit style pizza and some cheap beer and shots.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's
it. Casserole. We call that casserole here, but
not if it's done properly, it's good. But there are some places that we've had arguments with Dave just to get him fired up and trigger him that we talk about. Well, it's casseroles, not pizza. Just to fire him up
about pizza. Bit. Yeah.
Just
you
fire him up.
You get people real jazzed up about that.
He said those are the spots. Dave chiming in back says that's the spots I go to as well. So have the boys over there at American Metal, they giving you a chance to like, all right, Shayne, here's this. Come up with something.
You know, we're very young. We're really just a startup. There's a lot to do every day. The brand is evolving. And like I said, we're all over the place, being in Milwaukee. I think we're going to Austin next week.
Dave was very excited. You brought up Destroy Styles Pizza.
Hell yeah, man.
Again. He was very excited.
Shout out Matt Stanzak. Thank you. I would never known what Detroit style pizza was unless it was for that man.
Matt is good people.
Yeah. But
he's been on this very program, as a matter of fact.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's going to come. The creative side of bartending has not really been used yet. That asset that I have, but it's coming. You know, we gotta get our bearings first and get the whiskey out there to the people and spread the word. And otherwise, I'll be making drinks for nobody.
That makes sense. But it seems like you're getting a lot of good response to this because I'm finding it, especially, you know, just around here locally where I'm going, like it's in more and more places. And obviously it's smart to hire a bartender who everybody loves because, you know, if you go in there and bring something, people they're going to get it because it's you. And I'm pretty sure that these guys recognize that, which is smart business.
Well, I'm just trying to approach it in a way like, because I know what it's like to be that person behind the bar and have someone show up and be like, hey, you want to try this? Like, it's tricky, you know. Yeah. Most of the time, almost all the time, it's no. So I understand being that person and walking up to the bar and knowing what to say and how to say it, and maybe knowing when to leave them alone, days not to go in there, and that's really tricky. I mean, there's really a finite amount of time that you can actually get people's attention. And
the
good
thing,
thing,
at 5 o'clock on a Friday. Terrible idea.
Yeah, I mean, right there, you lost them forever.
Right, they're like, you're a fucking idiot.
But the good thing is that when they do try it, home run.
Right.
You know, because it's good.
It is good. Jeffy, you're tasting this for the first time, buddy. You got your lovely purple light on over there, looking sexy as hell. What do you think, man? You know, you drink several bourbons. You and I drink bourbon a lot.
I drink a lot of bourbon. I drink I drink a lot of bourbon. I think this is really great whiskey. I think it's really good, straightforward whiskey. I feel like I would drink this over. Like I would make cocktails out of this any day. Like it's really delicious. And I've been drinking it just over ice just now, and like the flavor is really good. It's like you were saying, it's really classic. It's a really great classic representation of American whiskey. I feel like it's really great.
It's approachable, not too hot, not too sweet.
Exactly.
I mean, people who don't like whiskey are like, oh, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's not sweet at all. And that's something that bothers. Like, I don't like a. You know, sometimes you get whiskeys that, like, you know, like when I was like, oh, American metal whiskey, what's this going to be about? And I was worried it was going to be like a Yukon Jack throwback or some shit, you know. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, what are we getting into? But then it's really good.
Well, Jeff, I called you after I first had this, and I was like, bro, this is a great fucking whiskey, man. This is good stuff.
I know, and that's the other thing you have to understand. I drink about a 16th of what Plum drinks.
What are you trying to say here? This is upsetting. What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying I just can't handle it like he can. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, Shayne,
he can handle it.
stories.
He can handle it. He can put him back, and you don't know what's going on until all of a sudden,
I can drink to the point of alarming people and still be fine.
Alarming people about yourself?
Correct.
Like, heads up, I'm getting there.
It's that chef metabolism. It's uncanny.
Oh, my God.
It's
uncanny.
I wish we could get him like a
change
hyper.
you.
I wish we can get you like a shirt that changed color.
Changed
color as you got drunker.
You mean a hypercolor shirt to judge my blood alcohol content.
That's an idea.
Dude. You heard it here. We want royalties. If anyone out there makes this, Plumluvfoods Live and Shayne, we put this together. It's the think tank.
There we go.
Sir, step out of the car and put the shirt on, please.
Yep.
That's hysterical.
Is that whiskey in the coffee cup?
It is.
It
is. I don't have any. I live in like a bachelor apartment with a buddy in New York City.
I see the quart container with the tea. I love that.
Yeah, I'm a chef, so I drink out of like and I have a mason jar full of water because I like to
any orifice that you can find.
Yeah, I just like to.
Wait, orifice? Wouldn't that be where you put it? You don't drink out of an orifice.
Yeah, well, I have this nifty basting.
Like, oh, maybe you do.
I know. I have this cool basting tool that really helps. No, it's
yeah, Dave's chiming in says prohibition style. That's fucking hysterical. Shayne, so the stuff is delicious. Are there things in the future planned, like as far as different bourbons or different cocktails or different blends that we don't know about? Is there like a big future, or are we sticking with the classic? Because I mean, there's nothing wrong. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I say.
I'm with that.
We do have something in the works that's going to tie in the bikes and cars a little more with the whiskey. And we're going to unveil that, I think, at Bar Convent in Brooklyn.
Nice.
Which is a huge industry event that I went to last year that I absolutely love. I feel like it's the best thing ever. Just a bunch of bartenders and servers and just, they're hanging out, they're having a party, but they're learning. And I feel like that'd be the best place to show something new, show something cool.
Awesome. I'll tell you, it's one of the things that we're involved in too is the New York Hot Sauce Expo. And you want to talk about a group of people that love fucking whiskey and bourbon? These people at the Hot Sauce Expo, I got to introduce you. You guys should come. It's thousands of people. It's a fucking amazing event. It's so fun. And you guys being there would just make so much sense.
I mean, I'll just be there to have some hot sauce and drink some whiskey. But
yeah,
I feel like with the bikes and cars and all the shows and all the showcases we go to, it can kind of live in a lot of different places.
Yeah, it's one of those things that fits a lot of different people. And I just want to show you, Shayne, just so you can see this really quick. If you come to the Hot Sauce Festival, you too can be like Jeffy and get some of these. Check this out. There's Jeffy at the festival. And what's he got there, Shayne? Hot sauce holsters. Look at that shit. Are you kidding me?
Wait, where is that?
That's in Brooklyn.
Industry City.
Yeah, Industry
I think
City
that's
in Brooklyn.
the same venue that Bar Convent is in.
Probably.
It makes sense. It's a huge venue,
Huge venue. But and then that same event there, we did a whole episode where Jeffy went and he did the hottest wing contest, and he let us all down, didn't win. He actually did
cried like
pretty
a man.
piss poor job. But
I ate 7 out of 10 wings, dude.
You
it was
fucking
so
represent
hard.
when you come on the show. You're gonna go to a contest, Jeffy. Don't have that.
I gave a wing out afterwards, and a kid looked at me. He took 2 bites. He just looked at me and shook his head and was like, and like ran away. Like he was upset at me. Like I did something to him.
Dude, Shayne, they were mixing the sauce up, the peppers and everything they had with it. They had like fucking like respirators on when they were mixing. Oh, I was like, oh my god, Jeff's gonna fucking die.
I don't do good with hot, so.
Well,
dude,
I'm telling you, it's a great event. You should check them out, and we should get you guys involved because I'm a big believer in everybody wants a piece of the pie. If everybody's got great shit, why don't we all work together and make one big pie? So everybody gets up. That's how I feel about it. And which is why when we're doing the event at Mohegan, I was so obsessed with getting a really good something that isn't like everybody knows already. Let's get something really dope that's a delicious product, and let's use it in front of people. And let's give them shots. Let's have fun with it and fucking make just wait till you see. I mean, I'll make people dance. It gets ridiculous.
Oh, it's gonna
look good up there. It'll be a good time.
We turn all the way up. I get to be the hands. I get to be the hands in the kitchen. Plum's the mouthpiece out front. He's making all the ladies scream. The men are cheering. It's fucking wild. Things get really intense. We have a DJ who loves us, DJ Tom in the building.
Tom McCary, that's my homie.
Dude, DJ Tom in the building, just turning it all the way up for us.
Yeah,
we might even have a little biscuit action. We'll throw some biscuits out in the crowd. We'll hit people in the face with biscuits. They'll be eating them. It's going to be fucking amazing.
Yeah, you'll see, brother. It gets wild, and people are going to be there. And we might even try to I might save one of the bottles and give away as a prize. We do giveaways. I'll make people dance. And if they do a good job, we'll do if they dance as good as Jeffy, we'll give them a prize.
They really got to work it. I've been working.
It's work. It is work.
Yeah,
but
I'll bring some stuff too. And we're honored. That's so cool.
Well, dude, it's like I'm saying, it's just having a great product, which is what I really, and that's really where my head's at. I'm not trying to make a commercial for anything, but if it's something I like and people don't know about it, I want to tell them about it because this is fucking great stuff. And I have literally made a cocktail with this pretty much every night for the past 2 weeks, and it's awesome. And literally, my old fashioned Shayne, because we're talking recipes, we might as well get it out there. I don't always want to be making a simple syrup or something like that. So syrup. My client used to always make his with maple syrup. Great idea. Makes total sense. Flavors go together. Nothing wrong with that. I was here at the house one night, and I didn't really want to take time to make simple syrup and everything, but I had some dark agave in the fridge. So I add a little dark agave to the glass. I add about 2 ounces of whiskey. Then I add 2 drops of my orange bitters and 2 drops of my the standard. I can't say the word Angostura, whatever that shit's called.
Angostura.
That's what I was trying to say.
Bitters.
Yeah.
Bitters,
I add 2 drops of that, and I put a nice little piece of orange in there. Stir it up. Add the ice cube. Delicious. Super easy. Not a lot of I like things dumbed down, and it was perfect for it. It comes out great every single time. So
that's perfect, man. That's all you need: sugar, bitters, and whiskey.
That's it.
But isn't dark agave just like Mexican maple syrup?
I don't need you coming in here making your racial jokes, Jeff.
That wasn't a racial joke. That was an honest to God question. It looks the same, similar viscosity. That's all I'm saying.
It's maple. It looks like maple syrup. Has the same texture as maple syrup.
Comes from trees of the desert, grown in Mexico.
Comes from cactus. Yes. Okay.
Yes. So I'm right. So what you're saying is I'm right.
Okay. Keeping it moving. There's Jeffy.
I won that one. Take that.
Yeah. Wow. But it comes out delicious. Jeffy, I've been talking a whole lot. I'm sure you want to ask Shayne a question about this whiskey, or just as long as you don't bring up any more.
What do you got, Jeff?
What?
References.
First of all, that was a perfectly legit question. I'm just saying, because you made mention about maple syrup. You made fun of the maple syrup. I love maple syrup in a whiskey.
I didn't make fun of it. It's great. It's a great addition. I love it.
I'm just saying. Then you went right in for the agave, which I thought was
poor Shayne is feeling so uncomfortable right now.
No, Shayne loves this. I can tell. Shayne, so I love all the drinks that you made when you were at good old days when I stopped in there with Plum a few times. Now you're making focusing more on whiskey. Are you trying to come up with new cocktails with this whiskey? Are you like writing recipes for the brand specifically for this whiskey? Is that something you've been working on? Is that something you've been doing, or is it?
I've been really focused on kind of sales and getting the whiskey out there. Also, like events, like tastings, and all these shows that we go to. So my plate has been pretty full. But in terms of thinking of drinks, that usually happens when I can't sleep at night. I'm just thinking of different recipes and different ways to make cocktails, which is so weird because I'm not bartending really at all anymore.
Do you miss it? Do you miss bartending?
It's every single night.
That's not weird at all.
I don't think it's weird. I mean, do you miss bartending though?
Yeah, of course.
We need you back at good old days. That's my restaurant.
I'll come back for another guest appearance. But those guys got it, and I'm so happy for them that they just keep pushing the envelope, and
they're doing
great. Okay.
They're doing great. Well, Clark and I have been talking about doing a guest chef spot, coming in and doing something fun over there. So if I'm doing that, would you come and work with me?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't work that event with you, man.
No, that's the way it goes. It's all good. I get it. I wish it would have worked out, but it ended up being a nice event. You'd have been very happy. Well, Shayne,
absolutely. Yeah.
This stuff is awesome, man, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. American Metal Whiskey right here. This stuff is phenomenal. You got to check it out. You can go to their website at AmericanMetalWhiskey.com. It is awesome. Here we go. Roman is right here. Shout out to God's Bar and Kitchen Crew. There you go.
Shout
Roman,
out.
I couldn't agree more.
Nice.
Absolutely. If you haven't done so yet, you got to go check it out. Our good brother Shayne right here from American Metal Whiskey at American Metal Whiskey on Instagram. And of course, if you want to follow Shayne, you can follow him at the 91st with 91 as the number there. Check him out there. Shayne, I know you're a hockey guy. Where are we at? What's happening this season? What are we doing?
I'm watching the Rangers right now.
There we go. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Hold on a
down.
second. You can watch hockey and hang out with us?
Yeah, I mean, there's 82 games. I can have it on the
Well, no,
background.
because I know a guy who loves football like that. He won't do. He'll call into work if there's a football game on. Sometimes it's crazy.
He's fucking with me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna maybe invite a bunch of people over my house when it's a big game, but yeah.
Oh, so you're a solitary. You're like when it's an important game. You're like,
Absolutely. I don't even talking.
Yeah.
Plum's like not even. Plum's like, shut up, Jeffy.
I
Unless
kicked
I gotta
my
work.
father-in-law out. I was like, you can't come over here and watch football anymore because you won't fucking shut up. I'm watching the game.
Yeah, it's real. It's a real thing.
My
the
daughter,
worst person to bring
my 13-year-old daughter now yells pass interference when she sees it. She's like, she's fucking right. She's like, that's pass interference. That's offsides. I'm like, my job as a father is done. Shout out to
You're
me.
like, yeah,
Shout out to me.
well said. Fucking rights.
I'm like, she's damn right.
Yeah.
Or the worst part though is when they show a
You guys are
replay
amazing.
and like they called a penalty, but it wasn't actually what they said. And she's like, Dad, I don't think that's a fumble. And I'm like, you shut your mouth. You don't you throw that mojo out here and we're watching this game.
I'm sorry, baby. I love you. But it's,
No,
Daddy
listen,
lost is cool there.
there's no love in sports, all right? Listen, we'll do the love you when it's over with. Like, don't come here and fucking jinx my shit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. One of my favorite nights at Good Old Days was a Rangers playoff game. I had to be there because I had to work. But man, just like having all the people you love around you and like they won an OT, it was intense.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, come on, what are you talking about? Roman's chiming in right now. Also, shout out to Newtown Hockey. He says they're having a good season this year. That's Newtown's the town we live in. Yes, shout out to Newtown. There we go. We love that. That's awesome. And Dave also is chiming in saying he just responds with yeah to everything when he watches the game. And also, I can't help, I got to say it. Shout out to the Detroit Lions. 30 years since they won a playoff game and they won. Dave texted me and said, I'm crying right now.
That was cool. Yeah, I watched
It was
that.
awesome. MCDC, that's their coach, Dan Campbell.
Dude.
He's from the Motor City. We call him MCDC, Motor City Dan Campbell. If you have not watched Dan Campbell do a press conference, you have not lived.
Yeah. He's like the John Tortorella of
Oh,
football.
Dude.
it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best. This is the food show. So we talk about in a food show right
Yeah.
here.
That was actually the first time Dave's cried in 22 years.
Well, he's only got one good eye, so it wasn't a lot of
Yeah.
crying.
It
I don't
was
think the other one can
like
cry.
a half cry, but
It's like
still.
one
Just
cry.
save that tear. Use it to cook with.
That shit cures cancer, I bet. That's all I'm saying. A Dave tear.
One of David's tears.
One of David's tears will get rid of your pancreatic cancer. I don't know why it's pancreas cancer, but that's what it gets rid of. Shayne, phenomenal. This stuff is amazing. I'm a big fan of it. I can't wait to cook with it next weekend at Mohegan Sun Food and Wine Festival. We're going to make a delicious butter out of it. Just wait till you see. You're going to go nuts. You're like, holy
Bacon,
shit,
whiskey,
this is
honey,
delicious.
butter.
And then you got to tell the boys over at the custom shop, like, you should see what these fucking jabronis, these assholes just made with this. It's crazy.
I will. I'll be there.
I'm
do
hoping they're
this.
into it, man. Shayne, thank you so much for hanging out with us, brother, right now. American Metal Whiskey. This stuff is phenomenal. Check them out at AmericanMetalCustoms.com. And, of course, you can find them at American Metal Whiskey on Instagram. Follow Shayne at the 91st with 91 there. This stuff is awesome, Shayne. We can't thank you enough for working with us. We're excited.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. That's
You are the
fun.
man, brother. Can you play the guitar? What's the guitar behind you? Are you a guitar player? Can you play?
I do not play, but our owner is a huge rock and roll fan, which all kind of plays into the brand. Got Johnny Cash over here. Got some Elvis memorabilia. This is Jimi Hendrix's guitar.
Oh, my God.
Slash
really?
over there.
Dude.
Whoa.
You guys got to come check it out.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome. Are you
Yeah.
kidding
Super
me?
awesome. Are you kidding? That's awesome.
When people come in, do you guys just pour them a little bit of whiskey right away and like, hey, look at all the shit we got. Here's some whiskey.
Yeah, like I said, we get a lot of walk-in business and people just wondering like what is going on in this building. So yeah. we show them the shop and give tours all the time. So
I'm
come on
picturing-
down. Yeah.
I'm picturing a giant man cave.
Yeah.
It's just like it feels like it's got like all the coolest shit. like man shit.
It's like a mountain with just a cave.
Dope cars, motorcycles, freaking guitars.
This is a North American Motor Car in Danbury, Connecticut, right by the airport. If anyone wants to come by, anytime.
We love that. Check out North American Motor Car in Danbury right there. Stephen Brandon's chiming in. See y'all in the kitchen at the Sun. Woo! Stephen, looking forward to it, good brother. We cannot wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Shayne, you're the man, brother. I can't wait. You're going to have so much fun. You're gonna see a side of me you've never seen before. I can't wait for you to see it.
Thank you, Chef.
It's Chef Plum on 11. You'll see.
All right.
You know. That's what it is. You're the man, brother. We appreciate you. You are a talented drink maker, and they are lucky to have you over there at American Metal Customs and American Metal Whiskey right there. It's customs and whiskey. I keep mixing it up.
I know.
It's both.
Yeah, it's all the same thing.
Yeah.
It's American, it's metal, and
it's all the same.
We're going to build some shit, and then we're going to drink whiskey. That's what we're going to do. You're the man, Shayne. We appreciate you, brother. We'll see you on down the road.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shayne Bingham. There he is. Thank you, brother. There he is. Good brother right there, huh?
Dude, Shayne's the man. He's such a
Good
sweetheart.
dude, man. Very talented guy, too, man.
Even though he likes the Rangers. I didn't want to talk shit, but, you know.
Oh, I tell you what, the industry, he's gone to do something really great with incredible systems. Dude, he is so talented when it comes to tending that bar.
Yeah. I mean, the drinks he came up with, all the ones that I would try, were like all incredible, and it just makes total sense. He's working with this brand. It sounds like it's a local Connecticut brand. He's like a good face for that, and it's so delicious. I mean, I'm glad you found it because it's going to be one of our new regular drinks.
Yeah, I agree with that. And you know, like I said, it's one of those whiskeys where you can pour it into a glass, let the ice melt a hair or two, and then it's delicious. I mean, you can drink it straight as well, also, of course, but like for me, I like it over ice a little bit and let the ice just melt just a pinch, and it's delicious. It really helps smooth it out, Jeff.
Little ice, yeah. I do like the old fashioned with maple though.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all.
I like the little maple.
You read me wrong. I wasn't saying there was anything wrong with that.
Maple bitters. Okay, all right. I guess I did read you wrong.
Sometimes I drink that maple old fashioned and I make this face.
That's the face I make every time I even think of a maple. I'm just
like, why did Dan look at the weird like sex lips I have there? What the fuck is wrong with me? Why did he do?
I don't even.
Worst screenshot you've ever seen.
The best part is it's like a board of honey. Like
I was at a honey that like with the bees and like I got to pull.
And was there some on your face or is that just like?
No, that's my it's that's my non-grade goatee there, Jeffy. Is that bad? I thought it was great.
It's amazing. It's before I was old. I know. I look at myself all the time and think, damn, you are good looking, but old.
Dave wants to know if Shayne will do bootleggers run to Michigan. Can't get it shipped here. Well, Dave, we'll fucking get you taken care of, brother.
It's the militia, Dave. They keep shit out of Michigan. It sucks, man. You gotta talk to your boys. We gotta get the militia to step it down a notch so we can start getting some shipping back into Michigan.
I'm just saying for Dave, like if there's anybody who could probably make some shit happen, it's somebody from Detroit. That's all I'm saying.
Probably. I mean, you got to know a postman that'll make it come through. You know what I mean? You just got to like
a postman.
Yeah, quick. Just like you got to pay the postman.
That's it. And he also says right here, there it is. He says it does look like honey dripping down my face. Thanks, Dave. I love how active Dave is in the comments tonight. All right, enough out of you, fucking douchebag.
A little coffee, David. That's what it is.
Is that what it is? There we go. Yeah, it's great stuff, man. Highly recommend it. Make sure you check out American Metal Whiskey. This stuff is fucking fantastic. I'm a big fan. I dropped my cap, so I'm afraid I'm gonna spill it. But this stuff is awesome right here. We're gonna be cooking with it, making some dope shit with it. I'm gonna make some of our chef friends taste it too, which I can't wait to have that happen because I think when you get a good product, let them taste it and see what happens.
And find us at Mohegan because we're gonna have swag
all day. That's good news. We got Plumluvfoods prize packs this year, Jeff. We're gonna have t-shirts. We got stickers. We got some gear from Ergo Chef in there.
Ergo Chef knife gear, American Metal Whiskey. Plus, you got your boys smiling faces, telling jokes, slapping bellies, having the best time.
Slapping bellies.
Oh, my belly mostly. I slap it when I'm really
Jeffy,
happy.
I'm working on it, buddy. You don't even know. Like I'm
No, you look svelte. You look amazing.
Today, and I'm going again tomorrow. And this is the best part. My trainer, his name is Jeff, by the way. Jeff told me Tuesday, and we were working out together. He goes, "I'm trying to make you quit right now. We're gonna do this until you tap out." And I was like, "You know that I'm a chef, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, of course." I was like, "Do you think I will hurt myself before I quit? Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's just not gonna happen. My ego is too fucking big to quit anything." And
it's literally your first name. That's hilarious that you say that. You're like, "You know I'm a chef, right?" He's like, well, yeah. I mean, it's your name, Chef Plum.
I'm not gonna quit. Like, I'm not gonna quit. Like, there's nothing you're gonna do. It's gonna make me fucking quit. And you know what, Jeffy? I didn't quit. And he was like, "I gotta be honest, man. I'm really impressed. That was incredible."
Why would you quit?
Exactly. Why? Because my legs are burning. Because I'm pulling a 250-pound sled 20 yards, 8 times back and forth, and then supersetting a bunch of other. No, I'm not gonna quit. Not gonna happen.
Because people underestimate you. They look at you. They don't realize what an animal you are. They don't realize that you're just like, you're like coiled steel. Like tightly coiled steel, just waiting to be released. And then when they release you, they're not ready for it. This is what it is.
You happy, Jeffy. You build me up. Jeffy, tell me a little bit about our dish. Tell them about our dish we're making at Mohegan. So
all right.
Check it out.
First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to get some pork belly. We're going to skin it. We're going to reserve that skin for some delicious cracklings, which we'll bring back later in the dish. And then we're going to take that pork belly. We're going to smoke it for hours. And I mean hours and hours. We're getting there a day early so we can smoke this pork belly to perfection. Then we're going to pull it out of the smoker. Then we're going to dice it up. Big fat chunks. Then we're going to slather it in the Leaning Tree Micro Farm from Colorado. Our good friends Jeff and Cindy's farm. They made us a delicious Apra hot jam, which is apricot with Scotch bonnet peppers, I think jalapeno, vinegar, sugar, all the delicious stuff. We're slathering that all on the outside of our pork belly.
Stone Cold's got a question.
What? Boom. Then we're going to throw it back in the smoker, all slathered up, and we're going to let it get slowly concentrated and sticky, icky, and crispy and delicious.
We're going to add a little brown sugar to it.
It's going to pop. And then on top of that, while that's working, we're going to be making what we call our sunshine slaw, which is going to be just delicious shredded cabbage, a little carrot, tiny bit of shallot. Then we're going to cover that with a citrus blend with a little passion fruit juice, maybe a little bit of cilantro. That's going to go on top. And then back to our pork cracklings, which are going to be coming out of the fryer, hot, crispy, and ready to pop. Throwing them on top of the dish, serving it out there. People are going to take it. They're going to be blown away.
I can't wait.
I'm telling you, we're talking flavor bomb. This is like a little different. Usually we're deep frying a burger or we're getting crazy with the Cheese Whiz. This year, we're not. This year, we're coming with the technique.
The dish itself is not that hard, but the technique to make the dish is what's fucking pretty impressive here. This is not a dish you can make in 4 hours.
Nope.
It takes time. It's got to take time, and we're excited to do it. And I'm telling you right now.
And why do we do it? Why do we do it?
I hope we have some stuff done that Shayne can taste when he's there. I hope we can get it to the point where he can taste something.
Oh, we'll make it happen for Shayne. Don't worry. Yeah. I'll be giving Shayne all sorts of tastes. Everywhere we go, I'll be like, "Shayne, come here, taste this."
Right.
It's going to be, yeah. And Shayne, if I give you anything, just don't eat all of it.
Why is that?
Well, because I have the vitamin things. I'll be throwing them around.
Oh, Jesus, Jeffy. You don't... we don't need... All right. That's... Okay. Here we go.
It's legal in Connecticut. Don't give me shit.
I'm not.
Okay.
Last time I took any of that stuff, I felt like this.
Stop whining.
All right, that's all I'm saying.
That was not what you were like. It was more like, what was the gibberish text you told me you sent? Like,
it was
You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
There we go. That was a mess. It was a disaster. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where I was.
Oh, dude!
Happening.
I feel like that whole what's our boys with the barbecue boys that I hit at the one festival? Like there's like a whole crew of them.
Bears.
Bears barbecue boys. They know us, and like every time I see them, they're like.
Those who don't know, Jeffy is a big fan of the vitamins, and it can make things a little rough sometimes. That's all I'm saying.
Shout out to the ladies here in Watermill, New York, for the fam that we love.
That's right. Hey, it's something else. Hey, maybe this summer Shayne want to be involved in that, and we're doing a dinner out there on the farm with some of that stuff and some of those good vitamins, and have Shayne come and have the
Big Sky Social Club. Absolutely, man. Bring Shayne out there with the American Metal whiskey. Pair it up with a little bit of our delicious marijuana that's grown right there in Watermill.
Okay, I like how you use a medical term there. By the way, Dave's chiming in. He says, if you guys have a t-shirt can this year, I'm going to lose my shit. Just saying. You know, there it is.
Wish we did. I don't know how to get one. I'm going to Google that as soon as we get off the air.
Right? No doubt about it. Listen, it's going to be great. You're going to find some t-shirt can. I cannot wait. Also, friends, we can kind of already say this right now. I'll start it, but Restaurant Road Trip Season 3 is official. We're happening. We're going to start shooting this spring, and we are moving to a different network, which we're really excited about.
Hell yeah.
Bigger platform. It's going to be great. We're very, very excited about it. We're talking about it. We're going to talk about this year, too. So I know we bring up a lot of stuff about this Mohegan Sun event, but I just can't emphasize enough how big this event is, you guys. It's fucking massive and
huge.
Everybody's there. Anybody is there. So you got to check out
thousands of people. I mean, the entire casino gets sold out on this
15,000,
event. Yeah, I mean, it's really, really, really wild, and it's so much fun, and there's so many people there just going in. It's like it's just a giant party feeling. Everyone's just like happy to see each other. You see like a lot of the same. I mean, because we've gone a bunch of years now, we see a lot of the same faces of like just people who come back year after year to like just meet the chefs and see what they're making and doing all that stuff. It's so much fun. It's just like. It's great. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see Tammy, Chef Tammy. Shout out Chef Tammy and the rest of the Mohegan crew. Your boys are coming in the kitchen. We can't wait to see everybody.
Absolutely. It's going to be dope. We can't wait. It's going to be great. I'll tell you, the next week's show is the best of's going to be fantastic. Make sure you check that out too. It'll be airing live here, just like a normal show, but it's going to be a pre-record, but it's going to be airing live. Some great content there. We got to get Liv LaRue back on. I want to talk to her again.
We can get her.
Madam. Get her back on.
I'm in her.
Is it weird that I want to reach out to her to see how business is going?
No. I mean,
is that weird?
No. I mean, I don't know. It's cool. I mean, it's like it's her thing. You know, sex work is work, and it's cool for people who do it. And I don't know.
Yeah. Dave's chiming in right now. He says, I'd like to be on that show. Of course you would, you freaking animal.
Dave is a freak. No, I mean, one, Olivia LaRue is such a sweetheart of a human being. Two, she was a chef, which to me was so wild how she went from chef to sex worker, but then hearing her story was just so cool. And she made it like it just made sense, you know? So it's like you can have judgments, but I think after hearing that episode, you can it kind of changes maybe your point of view a little bit.
Well, it changed my thought a little bit, to be honest with you, because I was like, I mean, you know, she seems pretty normal. She has kids. Like, she's, you know, it was interesting, you know.
That's what I mean. It was like, she's like, yeah, it's just like I go to work. It's like my work. And I was like,
of course, on the best of too, you're going to hear from our good friend Michael Reardon. He's one of the highest up people you can find in Guinness. He's on the show. He's a great guy.
Dude.
He approved of my pouring of a Guinness. He thought I did it properly.
That was such a fun episode. Just hearing so much cool history about Guinness and hearing the science behind the pour and why the widget is in there and the nitrogen and stuff like that. Like I never realized all that. I didn't realize you could just pour it out. You know, I mean, I thought there was like, tip the glass and this whole like, you know, it was like a magical way to pour a Guinness in a cup or whatever. And when he told me I was like, it like literally changed how I get Guinness out now.
It's crazy. But yeah, it changed everything. It's great. So he's on the show. We're doing and of course, our good brother, friend of the program, I can say at this point, friend of ours, also from Forged and Fire, Doug Marcaida. He is fantastic. I would have thought, listen, judging it once was awesome. If I could judge it twice, that'd be even better.
I don't want to judge anything. I want to do hand-to-hand combat with Doug Marcaida and have him. You know, I want to do
terrible idea. That's a terrible idea.
He's gonna smack me in the head about 9,000 times.
More than that.
But I think it would be fun to do it with him. And I want to get one of those little caramba balls.
The knife?
Carambols.
Yeah,
there's one with a ball on the end, so you can just get
the practice
tapped in the head. Yeah. I can't get stabbed.
Hang on, let's find out something. Let's bring Shayne back in the program real quick. Shayne's still sitting in the green room watching us, laughing.
There he is.
Making fun of us. Shayne.
It's our boy.
You got any martial arts in your background?
No, just hockey.
Close enough.
It's close enough. Pull the shirt over the head. Uppercut.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with Forged and Fire, the show?
Yeah.
Maybe they make the swords and make
the guys watching in the break room a lot.
Okay.
Here.
It actually makes total sense for what you do.
Yeah.
I was a judge on that show last month, which is pretty cool. I became friends with Doug Marcaida, who is like, it will kill that guy. Right? Jeffy wants to fight him.
Time out.
And
I was listening to that before. I was like,
yeah, that's a terrible. I've met Doug.
Whoa.
Doug.
No.
Doug's a trained
I didn't
killer.
say I wanted to fight him. I
Yeah.
said I wanted to like spar with him and have him, have him hit me in the head a few times and teach me a couple things.
Not what I heard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said you want to fight him.
Well, it's a loose. When I say fight, I meant like spar. What he does. I watch him do his thing.
Yeah,
with his like little thing, and he has like the punching bag on a rope, and he kicks the shit out of it. And like, I don't know, it looks.
Well, the reason why I'm bringing it back up, Shayne, is because we've become really good friends with those guys, with Doug and with David Baker, and of course Grady, the host of the show. They shoot that show in Stamford, so when they're shooting again, I should reach out to them and we should have them come hang out. They would come. They're so fucking cool. They would just come hang out in the shop, and like, it could be awesome.
Yeah.
There's something there. I don't know what it is yet. There's something there.
What's the local smith who makes knives around here?
Well, I mean, Ergo Chef makes knives, but they don't smith.
No, it's like one guy. His logo is like a muffin or something.
Like a craftsman.
I don't know.
There's a bunch. There's that. Connecticut actually has. I would say there's probably like 6 or 7 pretty famous knife makers in Connecticut.
Is there?
Yeah. There's like I mean, it's become like a niche. Sort of thing where people are making knives. I have my friend in East Hampton, that guy Derek, that does it. And like then after I met him, I started meeting like other guys that like, oh yeah, check out my knives. I make these like.
Well, fucking Guy Fieri's got a forge now at his place in fucking California, and he asked fucking Mike Sty from Ergo Chef, "Hey, do you want to come out here and make a knife?" Mike was telling me the story. I was like, "Mike, you don't know how to fucking make a knife. What are you talking about?" And he was like, "I don't know." I was like, "Listen, if you want to go out there, we'll make something happen. But you can't go out there and just act like you know how to make a knife." You know how to like place an order to get knives made.
Time out.
Like, you don't make a knife.
First of all, Mike Stibe, the Electric Factory, could absolutely make a knife if he put his mind to it.
Shayne, we say that in jest because if you hear Mike talk, he's like, guys, thank you very much. I'm so excited to be here. We call him the Electric Factory. That guy's fucking
But he's got intense eyes. So like when he's talking like that, the whole time there's a storm in here.
And we love Mike. And Ergo Chef's the best. ErgoChef.com. Use promo code Plum. Get yourself a great discount on a fantastic knife. Great people.
Great people, great knives, great tools, great tongs. I have a bunch of their kitchen weapons.
And poor Shayne, he's like, he's out of here. We keep bringing him back in. But anyway, the point was, I think I should get the Forge and Fire guys to come hang out with you, man. I think they would come out there for sure.
Yeah, they probably love it. I'm sure our guys would like it.
Grady definitely would. Grady's a fucking animal. He's the host of the show. That guy's he's a Green Beret. He's a former Green Beret. He's a fucking animal. He'd be like, "Fuck yeah, let's go."
I'm sure there's a lot of commonality there. Like you and I, it'd be like those guys.
Dude, 100%. I mean, we told them next time they start shooting the next season, we're gonna come out there and cook for them just for the fuck of it. And they were like, "Fuck yeah!" I was like, "We'll call our friends at Camp Chef. We'll fucking make a whole pig." They were like, "Holy shit, let's go!" And Doug's like, "I'll cut it in half." I was like, "No, you're gonna eat it. We're not gonna cut this one. We're gonna eat it."
Yeah. It's like, no, you gotta let it rest. You don't understand.
Listen, stop stabbing the fucking pig, dude.
The juices.
Unbelievable. All right. Sorry, Shayne, to pull you back in. We got to close the show out and get out of here, man. You're the man, brother. We appreciate you. Thank you, my friend.
All good.
See you soon. There you go. I keep pulling.
That was the saddest detail of meeting Doug Marcaida and those guys is that not everybody gets to just hack at the pigs with the sword.
I asked him if we could have a ballistics on. I'll text him again. He wants me to. He wants us to come to some knife festival in April. I got to talk to him about it.
Oh, it's in like Alabama or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that. It's a Bowie Knife Festival, I believe.
Let's go.
Yeah. It looks really cool. I saw.
Have you ever seen me throw a Bowie knife? By the way,
I've never seen you throw a Bowie knife. No, that's crazy. You know, it's funny because we fight so many
ninjas and robots,
like ninjas and hordes of bad doers, and never once have I seen you pull your Bowie knife out and pin someone to a wall or anything.
In the metaverse, you certainly have watched me throw a knife, and I'm pretty fucking good with it.
Oh, dude, you have no idea.
I'm fucking solid, dude. Solid. I want you to know, and I want to run an idea by you, Jeffy, before we get out of here for the night. All right?
Hit me.
I was talking to Mike Stibe, the Electric Factory.
Mike Stibe, Electric Factory, Mike Stibe. We love this guy.
I was talking to him about like what they're gonna do at the festival, right?
What are they gonna do?
And he's telling me this stuff. They're gonna do demos. They got a beautiful, big setup this year. We're gonna really push them. They're great. They make great products. It's a great fucking company.
Love them,
right? And they're good guys. We have some giveaways from them. They're great people. He was like, "Chef, we've got all these cleavers. We need to get rid of these cleavers." And he was like, we're running a sale on them. He's like, I just thought like restaurants would want a cleaver as they can like cleave the chicken. And I was like, Mike, I don't know how many people actually debone chickens anymore in restaurants. I just don't think it happens as much as you might think it does anymore. Some places, of course, but not every place. And he was like, yeah, I tried to run a sale on them. It didn't really work out, you know, and they're great fucking cleavers. They're fantastic.
Yeah, I have to see one. I like a nice cleaver.
Yeah, they're great. But I said, Mike, if you really want to sell these cleavers, what we should do is bring them to fucking Mohegan Sun. 10,000 people. Sell them. $12 a pop, right? You at least would make a couple bucks in each one. You're just trying to get rid of them, right?
$12 a pop.
$15 a pop. He had a sale for $15 a pop on it. Let's call it $15 a pop.
This is
right?
insane for a cleaver.
Let me hear my story.
Go ahead. I just such a good price. I'm just blown away by that.
It's a good cleaver. Unheard of price. But I said, but here's what happens, Mike. People buy a cleaver. When they buy a cleaver, they get a chance to go into the cage. And the cage is set up like an axe throwing thing, but you don't throw an axe. You throw a cleaver at a fucking cork board with different levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, right? Wherever your cleaver lands, you win a prize. And I said, Mike, you're gonna have people who want to just come in there to throw a fucking cleaver. Like, I would pay $15 to throw a cleaver, just to fucking say I threw a cleaver and get a video of it. Wouldn't you?
I just feel like.
Do you hate this idea? I think it's a great idea.
I mean, I don't hate the idea for
axe
like
throwing cage.
Exciting.
It's all safe. Assume it's all safe.
I just don't know how you can give drunk people cleavers and let them throw them at a
Bro,
board.
they serve beers and alcohol at fucking axe throwing places. It's fine.
I feel like an axe is weighted to be thrown. I feel like a cleaver may not be.
You could
throwing cleaver. You could throw a cleaver because you're, really close to ninja.
Close.
You know what I mean? Like the skills that you possess are, I mean.
Case in point right here, Chef Dave chiming in. I would buy 4 cleavers. Does he need 4 cleavers? No. But he wants to throw 4 cleavers. There you go.
Can I have one of those cleavers, Dave?
He says, bro, you could throw a cleaver. I'm telling you. So listen, you don't throw the cleaver you buy. So no matter what. Why? Listen, Jeffy, you get a cleaver. If you buy one, you get to keep the cleaver.
Because you guys like to clown people.
Then you get to go into the knife throwing area and throw the cleaver at, and I'm not making plywood. It's going to be cork board, so it's easy to stick. And wherever it sticks, you win a prize. Maybe you win $100 from Ergo Chef if you hit number 1. Maybe you win a brand new fucking Tonto pocket knife to go in if you hit number 4. Like, you just win a prize. I'm telling you, people will pay just to throw the knife.
Absolutely. I say make it $20 so you can throw the cleaver.
Sure, $20.
I feel like people pay $20 to throw a cleaver.
10,000 people there. I'm telling you, you would definitely get.
You're gonna get 1,000.
You think 1,000? I was thinking even if you got 500 people throw a cleaver.
I bet you get 1,000. I bet you get 10% of them to throw a cleaver.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just feel like 10%. I probably wouldn't because
if it's $20, you could throw a cleaver and maybe win a prize. You wouldn't do it. You fucking do it.
I probably would. It depends. I'd have to watch other people do it and see how it looked.
I mean, it's because I've watched you throw a baseball. I know it'd be difficult, but I'm telling you, you could throw a cleaver.
First of all, I was the only one who broke a bottle. You didn't break a bottle.
I wasn't trying to. I was trying to encourage you.
That was the game. Was to break a bottle.
I thought you wanted to miss the bottle.
Lie. Talking shit about my throw.
Bottles?
I almost threw my shoulder out with that throw. It was so hard.
Sure you did. Like, Jeffy's the only man I've seen throw a ball that instead of throwing the ball, he threw his arm. I don't even know how
the only way I can do it because I have
a ball, but his arm kind of came.
Because my rotator cuffs are shredded, so I can't throw like a normal person.
Here we go. Check it out. Word would travel fast from Chef Dave. Word would travel fast to throwing cleavers over there. Dave's right, and I'm telling you, he would sell all his fucking cleavers. If you want to throw a cleaver, you got to buy a cleaver.
Bro, I just feel like this is a terrible.
It's a fucking great idea. If you take some cyclone fencing on some 2x4s and make it so it can't go, you're enclosed. The cleaver's not going to hit anybody else. You throw the fucking cleaver, win a prize. You don't agree?
I just don't. Yeah, I agree. It would definitely raise a crowd. I think there are some safety issues that
what?
What if it bounced back?
Well, it's like throwing axes. You gotta
hit a kid in the head.
There's no kids.
Hit a short person.
That's fine. They signed a waiver. I mean, what do they do for axe throwing? We've all gone to axe throwing places. Come on. Oh shit,
I've
Dave's
actually never
chiming in.
been to one.
What? It's so fun. Dave's chiming in. Need a spinning wheel prize, though, in my opinion. So if you hit number 1, Dave, then you get to spin the wheel. So 4, 3, 2, you win a prize. If you hit number 1, you get to fucking spin the wheel. Oh shit! Here we go. And maybe, just maybe, you can even double it up. This is what I'm talking about. Dave is fucking with me.
Spin the wheel, and then we bring out 3 boxes, and then you have to choose one of the boxes.
Yes.
I love
And
this.
we're gonna give you a box, but you can trade your box in for what's behind door number 1. We got Tom Hanks some doors.
You can take this cash prize right now that's in this envelope.
$85. Or that's it. This is gonna be awesome. Now see, Dave hates this. Now Dave says, no, bro. The prize wheel that spins is the target. So the wheel is spinning, and you get to throw the cleaver at the spinning wheel. Is that what you're saying, Dave?
Dave, I'm trying to make it safer.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Throw it at the spinning wheel. Maybe he's right about that.
Fucking Detroit.
Bro, we put a rubber chicken on there. If you can hit the rubber chicken, you win some shit.
This is not as fun as it sounds.
You're crazy. This is a fucking great idea.
You guys are dangerous.
Let me tell you right now. I pitched this for about 10 minutes to Mike Stibe. His first reaction was exactly what yours was.
Yeah.
And then after my first
a
10 minutes,
normal reaction.
After my first 10 minutes, he was kind of like, I wonder if I could rent one of those cages. We probably, maybe we could rent one of those cages.
All right. See, that's the thing. If you could get an actual axe throwing arena set up.
Like Dave says right here on Facebook with strobe lights.
I don't know why strobe lights, but I do.
He'll tell you. He says on Facebook, Dave's chiming in. It'll help draw a crowd.
Yo.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Oh man, I gotta say this is not good.
I think this would be a fantastic idea.
All right, let's go. I'm in it. I'm in it. Let's throw some cleavers. I just think he needs to get the thing.
And a fog machine. I think strobe lights and fog machines is a fucking great idea, Dave.
I don't
We're
think
throwing
that's
cleavers at the Ergo Chef booth.
You're thinking rave, not cleaver throwing. I don't think you're supposed to have a strobe cleaver throwing.
Is happening in Ergo Chef booth. That's gonna be amazing.
It just sounds like a disaster waiting to happen.
I don't want your negativity here.
I love Ergo Chef, and I want them to be around forever, and I don't want anyone to die from getting hit with a $12 cleaver. Someone gets hit in the back of the neck with a $12 cleaver. They may not live.
You said yourself it's gonna be $20.
$20 cleaver.
And Dave also says a PA system playing the final countdown. He's not wrong. That's a good idea. It's the final countdown. It's gonna be awesome.
It sounds terrible.
Dave is actually good. Dave is a fucking carny at heart. You can see clearly. He's gonna be the one operating the cleaver booth.
Clearly, Dave's a carny at heart.
He's like, everything. He's operating the fucking cleaver booth. This is awesome,
dude. Dave's wearing a dashiki in his picture.
How many tickets to throw at the cleaver booth? All right, look. I think it's a great idea, Jeff. I hate that you're knocking it down so much.
I'm not trying to knock it down as much as I am trying to just understand.
You've never been axe throwing though, so you don't know.
I've never been axe throwing, so I don't know.
It's a cyclone fence cage you get in behind a fucking like podium, and you throw an axe.
It feels not safe.
It's not, but it's awesome.
You're like, it's not.
Look, here's the thing: people try to throw it too hard and make the axe spin in the air. You want it to spin once. You want to go with the huzzah, where it goes, tunk.
Yeah.
Not the. Tunk.
Yeah. You want to thump.
Tunk.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah. And once you figure that out, you can crush it. You can crush it once you figure that out.
Yeah, you got to figure out the spin.
Bro, I was
same thing with the
plywood
knife.
in Tennessee. I was splitting plywood in Tennessee. You know who was like uncomfortably good at throwing axes?
Who?
My wife.
Really?
I was like, holy shit, she's killing this game.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't see that happening.
I know. I was like, maybe you would make it past season 1 in the apocalypse.
She would, because you'd protect her.
Of course, but like, it's gonna be good. All right, here we go. Last one from Dave. Especially at a Renaissance festival because they negate any and all safety measures. Yeah, there it is. He loves axe throwing, is what he's talking about right there. The axe throwing thing. Listen, when you go to axe throwing, you sign a waiver. It says, "I'm not going to sue you if you kill me, or if I kill myself from your axe throwing apparendi." So, same document. I've got one. We'll give it to Mike Stibe. We'll set up a cleaver throwing situation. Boom. Everybody's happy. You in?
I'm in.
Fuck yeah, let's go. We got Jeffy. Jeffy's on board. Took a little persuading, but we got
some persuading. Now that now that I feel like it's not going to be safe at all, but we can sign a waiver.
Yeah, if you got a waiver, you're good to go. And Dave even agrees.
Yeah.
Dave says on Facebook, it sounds perfect. There we go.
And Dave's our basically our
Safety
law
officer.
advice. Yeah. We usually call Dave for any law advice, and he's our
Very helpful.
safety and what's the word I'm thinking of? There's a word for it. A something officer.
We'll go with safety officer. That's fine.
Safety, but there's another word. It's like
I know. And Dave will probably come up with it here shortly. There we go. In the meantime, and in between time, friends, if you haven't done so yet, please check out our friends over at American Metal Whiskey. Great stuff right here. Dave, we got you taken care of. We'll talk about it later. We got you handled. Our good friend Shayne's like he got you handled. This is a great content. Jeffy, I'd like for you to do a quick 10-second commercial for American Metal Whiskey. Are you ready? I'm going to put you in the center stage right here.
Yep.
And we'll do a Jeffy doing a commercial. You want music or no music?
Sure. I need something.
All right, don't do anything yet. Let me change the music for you. Here we go. Let's give you a little different music. You ready? Nope, that's not going to be good music for you.
That's not the right one.
Here, I'll give you this one. How about this one?
This is the one. This is also not probably the right one, but
What? That's great. All right, you want something different? All right, here, I'll over
it's
this
a
one.
little too doo-daddy for whiskey.
Oh, you want less doodah?
Yeah, we need rich. You need like rich, like maybe crony. Any croners?
Oh yeah.
Something crony. That's the one. Hi, I'm Jeff Perazzi, co-host of Plumluvfoods Live, and when I want a great whiskey, I grab American Metal Whiskey.
Metal.
With a classic aroma and a rich flavor. And a smooth finish that makes you want to come back for more.
American Metal.
It's a whiskey.
Yeah! Oh shit! That was fucking perfect. I'm sending that to them. We're gonna cut that. That's gonna be our bit this week on social media.
Let's go.
Oh my god, that's incredible. I'm so excited. I'm so impressed by that, Jeffy.
Thanks. I've been working hard.
Yeah.
On some things, not too many things, but a handful of things. And sometimes those things work out. Sometimes they do.
It definitely worked out. All right, let's get out of here, Jeffy. What do you say?
I'm down. Let's go kill some zombies.
Oh shit, you want to do that?
I could. Maybe, what time is it?
Jump up with good brother Meat.
Yeah, me or Dave. Dave's dying to play.
All right.
But we'll see.
Friends, we appreciate the hell out of you. Thanks for checking out the program. Make sure you follow our good friends at American Metal Whiskey on Instagram. And, of course, at the 91st on Instagram. That's 91ST, the 91st. Is that right? That's how it's fucking on Instagram. And, of course, don't forget Plumluvfoods Live on Instagram. Subscribe, rate, review, download, all the things. We're doing really well right now. We had a rating in Malaysia, which I don't understand how that happened, but we got on the charts in Malaysia recently.
Sex lips.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay. We'll see you guys all in Mohegan Sun Food and Wine next weekend. We couldn't be more excited. Our friends at American Metal Whiskey are going to be there with us as well. Make sure you hang out with them. Our friends at Ergo Chef, shout out to them. Go see a cleaver throwing station. Can't wait for you to see that and be a part of it. Also, T's and P's to our good friend Chef Dan. We love Dan. Hopefully
Dan, we love you, buddy. Dude, I hope you pulled through and you're at Mohegan with us.
Yeah.
I'm really nervous. I'm gonna be praying for you, buddy.
Yep.
And I hope they shave you and they turn you so you don't get bed sores.
Okay. Jeffy's got it all figured out right there. So come see us next weekend. We're going to have a great time. We're excited. We can't wait. In the meantime and in between time, friends, remember, food is one of the most important things we have in life. Everything important in life revolves around food. Let's make sure we get the time it deserves. We'll see you guys next week right here on Plumluvfoods Live. Hey, make sure you keep up with Plumluvfoods and at Chef Plum on Instagram. We're going to do lots of live videos next week. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Be there. Join us. Hang out. It's going to be dope. We'll talk to you guys later on right here on Plumluvfoods Live. Shout out to our friends at American Metal Whiskey. We'll see you guys next week.
From the tower of power, too sweet to be sour, I'm funky like a monkey. Sky's the limit and space is the place.
Thank you for listening to Plum Love Foods Live. See you next week, good brothers and sisters.
Do you think I'm crazy?